make today, people. There's only two of them. I got demonstrations to do for other people. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Technology Game. Now, I explained this to you many times in video demonstrations, so I'm going to get a chance to post the rest of those customers, stuff like that. As soon as I get done finishing all this up, I'll go in and basically put those links in for you. So, first things first, I explained to you that I see some people trying to develop a black screen paint, and it's a little more science that goes in that than basically taking a black surface and sticking it up against a white screen and saying, voila, look, I can produce contrast. Any black surface is going to produce contrast, whether it be vinyl, whether it be cloth, whether it be black paint, it's going to produce contrast level. That's definitely going to happen no matter what. Just like if you take a white screen and you're bragging about your white screen producing the highest white level out of any other screen out there on the market, keep in mind that you can take white paper, anything white paint, and do the exact same thing. So what you have to be able to do, you have to be able to show a difference. How we test our technology when basically for the screen paint to be able to produce a higher white level, we have to test it against something that is the same complexion as that, or something that basically produces contrast just as good as our screen. So half of this screen is actually the whole entire screen. I'm using the black blackout cloth that we used to give away for free. Unfortunately, we can't do that anymore because of COVID. Those particular companies don't carry it, and they don't carry it in large quantities that we need in order to do that. So have half of this painted with our Supreme Black Ambient Light Rejection screen paint, and the other half is the black surface. Now, as I told you before, some people said, well, you know, I had two people arguing way back when we started working with black technology. We're saying, well, that screen's not black. Let me explain something to you. You can't walk into a paint store or any store and say, hey, give me a gallon of black. They're going to ask you what shade you want. Look up the color black, look up the shades of black, and you'll be surprised on how many different shades that black comes in. So this is what we're doing. Now, I could use any one of the high power projectors, which I'm doing a demonstration later. I could use any one of the high powered projectors like the SONY VPL CS4, which has around 4,200 lumens, or the Christie that has around 40, I think 42 or 43, or no, that's all right, that's 43, that's 42. I could use my NEC short throw projector. It's a 720p projector, 10,000 to 1 contrast. I think that's around 3,600 lumens. It's around somewhere at 36 or 38. I could use the big boy black projector in here. This projector right here is 5,200 lumens. That'd be too easy. So if I'm going to do a demonstration showing off white levels and how bright our screens are, I'm going to have to go with the 1,000 lumen projector right here. This is fitting for the demonstration. If I use too bright of a projector, then it's too much ambient light making contact with the screen, and that means it's going to produce too much white light. We want as low as much ambient light, but lumens as possible. So first things first, I'm going to put something in front of the projector real quick so we can block that off right there. So you can see that this right here is our technology. Boom, boom. And this right here is the everyday blackout cloth material. And this is the exact same color as black paint. Black paint reacts the exact same way, similar, but maybe a little darker. All right, so we're going to get some black paint probably, let me see, where's the day? Tomorrow. I'm going to pick up a gallon of black paint. All right, we'll do this demonstration with the R technology, a strip of the black paint, and that. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do some white screensavers first. Let's pull those up first, the white screensavers. So this is an all white screensaver. And there you go. So this right here is our technology right here. This right here is the everyday blackout cloth surface that we give you for free. I had a customer, when we gave him that surface, he was like, well, why do I need to paint my screen? I can just use the surface that you gave me. It's black, right? No, it can't produce white light. See, that's our technology, can produce white light. See that screen right there? That's our technology. And that right there, that is a everyday blackout cloth surface on a 1,000 lumen projector. That's why when I explain to people, when you show off a black screen paint, You can't just put it in front of a contrast level. It's going to produce contrast regardless. It's black. The most important demonstration you have to be to prove is, can it produce a white level? So you get a good look at that. You can see that for yourself. Now, let's go over and let's pull up another demonstration. We got another screensaver here. There's supposed to be a little mechanical wheel moving in the background, if you can see it on the other screen. All right. Now let's see what else we'll do. Let's go pull up a snowstorm. Screensaver snowstorm. There you go. Screensaver snowstorm. Just to show you on 1,000 lumens, our screen produces a higher white level. All right, let's see, what else do we got here? Let's pull up a demonstration with contrast. What the Doritos commercial? That's playing. Oh yeah, it is playing. Sorry, it takes time for that one to load up. Like I said, any black surface can produce contrast. That's not a hard thing to do. The hard part is to get the screen to produce a white level. That's the hard part. So what happens is when you have a screen that can't produce a high enough white level, what you have is something called oversaturation of too much of a black level. Where the screen is producing so much of a heavy contrast, it can't produce a white level, and that's what causes the image to become dirty. Where our technology has the ability to pull a high white level, it's already going to. People miss the most when it comes to trying to develop or trying to display a black screen, that the fact that their white levels will come up dramatically low. All right, so you can see right there, our screen can produce contrast levels with no problem. Now we'll come over and we'll hit food demonstration. And you can see it for yourself. That's what makes our technology different from any black screen on the market. We can produce the highest white level on a black screen. Look at her skin tones right there. There you go. That's why our technology, when it comes to being black screens, are the best. Because I can show you right here live on our screen producing a higher white level next to a black screen. This is how you're supposed to test your technology. When you test your technology, you're not supposed to do all bright, beautiful colors all the time. If you're a gray screen, you should be doing demonstrations on contrast. A black screen should be doing demonstrations on, mainly demonstrations on showing that it's different from anything else, on versus another black screen on white levels. Can't tippy-toe demonstrations. They have to be done right. On my Facebook channel to show up the same demonstration because I've got a lot of interesting information. People are asking me about what is the difference between our technology and another black screen. And as I said before, when you have time, just Google shades of black. You'd be surprised how many different shades of black. They even have a black called Crow. Believe it or not, they do. There's a black shade literally called Crow. But like I said, you have to be able, when you're developing black technology, one of the things you're going to have to be able to do, you're going to have to prove your screen's white level, because a company will come in and say, look, why should I sign a contract with you? I can just take everyday black paint and do the exact same thing. And I can say, well, no, you cannot do it, because we have a black screen that can produce one of the highest white levels. Now, keep in mind, it's not going to be anywhere near a white screen or a gray screen, but the levels are outstanding, as you can see. And as you can see, colors come up bright and vivid. We don't have to worry about the image becoming muddy. And that's one of the things when I tell you, when people claim to be able to have a black technology, it takes years to do it. I got videos dating back to 2013, 2014, 2015 of me working on black technology. So it takes years to be able to get a screen to be able to produce a high white level off a black surface. So there you go. Seeing is believing. There you go. And it's live. Let's show that white screensaver again too. I'm going to show that pure white screensaver again. There you go. So I can't point out enough when I tell people to understand technology before you speak on it. Because, like I said, you know, what we do over here is different from what other people do. All right, let's, I think I'm gonna do this from right here on the models. Let me do one on the models on some skin tones real quick. Let's go back a bit. I think I'm gonna go back a little bit on that one. Excuse me. I want to go back to the very beginning when that intro pops up. There we go. Look at the intro on our tech. So like I said, I could have went with any one of these high-powered projectors in here, but to prove a point, to make it even more harder for the screen to be able to produce a white level, I went with the 1,000 lumen projector, because in the 1,000 lumen projector, it was not going to be that bright. So the fact that I can come in here and show you a 1,000 lumen projector hitting our technology next to another black screen and producing a higher white level on 1,000 lumens just shows you these are the kind of test demonstrations you have to do on your product. And these are the kind of demonstrations that a lot of people would tiptoe around because they can't produce an image. Now, I would like to see vice versa of a gray screen producing contrast versus other gray screens. Like, what is the difference between these gray screens out here and bare silver screen? What's the difference between these screen paints out here and everyday primer? I want to see side-by-side demonstrations with contrast to see which one of these screens produce higher contrast. But they'll never do these demonstrations in fear that their screens are not going to be able to produce those images properly. Then we'll go back to our white screensaver. And that's it. All right, I'm done. I got to go to Facebook, and I got some work to do over there. Thank you all for your time, and God bless.